Welcome everyone to Taste Different Gaming Appetizers, and tonight we're going to talk about something that I'm sure is going to get Shane riled up. Might even get Nick to get a little rise out of Nick, which is hard to do. But we're going to talk about woke video games, a subject that I really hate that we even have to talk about because it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, but whatever. So, Doom, the Dark Ages director Hugo Martin responds to woke ages online criticism. So, I when I read this article, I had to roll my eyes, and I didn't even think we were going to bring it up, but it started a heated discussion in our group. So we figured we were going to talk about it. So when the new gameplay trailer released a while ago, the community was kind of went wild with it. There was some love, some hate, all kinds of other stuff. But then because they've changed some stuff, right? The game seems to be moving a little bit more mainstream, as Nick had mentioned in our conversations. More mainstream because there's lack of like brutal glory kills and then they're also putting in difficulty sliders, so which is something they've never done before. And we're not talking about difficulty settings, as what started in our group was this is pansy mode, somewhat mode, anti-woke mode, so on and so forth, whatever the modes you want to put in there, whatever the kids are talking about these days. But so they've added difficulty sliders into the game that fans are not too happy about. And the difficulty sliders are heavily customizable according to what we saw. You can make projectiles super slow, also have them do mass amounts of damage, so you can change it one way or the other, right? It's not just going down; it's going down or up. And so this called the internet babies to say it's a woke game. It's the get good crowd is out in full force. It sounds like, right? The people who have nothing better to do than complain about a game changing direction, which everybody does, but at the same time, you can state your opinion without being a douchebag, right? But just jumping in and boycotting and writing reviews about stuff and calling it woke and stuff is just, to me, is conversation for those people who can't articulate thoughts properly, or they get pissed off when their mommy takes their video game away and grounds them so they can't play games anymore. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, like I said, he came out and basically had to address this. So Doom, the woke ages. I've heard about this, he says. I've seen the videos. Well, here's the thing about the first of all, I don't agree with that. Really, when you think about options like sliders, the policy was it has to be good both for the white belts and the black belts, right? The people who've been playing it forever and the new players. If we're going to allow you to slow the game down, we have to enable you to speed the game up, he says. And that was really a good policy for everything. So everything in the game, you can either make things super hard or super easy, or just find that sweet spot somewhere in the middle. Martin goes on to describe how the best players in their own office, slow the game down to make it more difficult. I don't know what he means by in their own office, but whatever. What we see with the sliders from our best players in the office, okay, so internally they're playing it, they're play testers internally office, is that they do a lot of surprising things. You would think it's just crank everything up, but that's actually not the case. So they're not all just cranking it up or cranking it down. It really enhances that three-dimensional shmup, that bullet hell experience that is kind of what classic Doom is. Classic Doom is a three-dimensional bullet hell weaving between these slow-moving projectiles that hit really hard, and that's what creates the maze, and that's what encourages the player to move, is really the projectiles, and that's what we focus on in this game, said Martin. So I mean, he's kind of addressing it, but at the same time, I think that if you're just going to go out there and tirade on something being woke, which I don't know, is I don't get it, but whatever. Everything is woke. Everything that somebody hates this day is woke. So it's just everything's going in the political dumpster. So, so we'll kind of go around and let these guys give their opinions before I give my opinion on this. So we're going to get the tirade started off great first with Shane. So Shane, what do you think about woke ages?
I think if you're calling it woke, you can shut all the way the fuck up. That'll be my last word, with vulgarity. Probably, maybe, I hope. Yeah, shut up. Just shut up. If you don't like something, it doesn't mean it's woke. It means you're a dumbass. It means you just don't like it. That's it. Me and Pat, Nick, we don't agree on everything, but guess what? I've never said, "Hey, Pat, you're woke for that. You bastard, you're woke." No, the word woke, just like so many other things in the world, started off with one meaning, and it got beat up, used, and violated. And now it's just thrown at everything. The word has no meaning anymore. It's the word woke is dead because people throw it at everything that makes their little buttholes pucker. You're sad and pathetic if you constantly attack things. The developer for Split Fiction, he's being told his game is woke because it's got 2 female characters. Well, don't fucking play it. If you think that's woke, don't fucking play it, you pansy ass. Pardon me. That was 2. I'm done with the everything offends me. If it's not my way, it hurts my heart. It makes my pants feel funny in the back, and I don't like it. Just stop. Not everything is about you. There's difficulty settings. If that's offensive to you, then shut up. There's difficulty sliders. That's even more offensive to you, apparently. Shut up. It's not for you. If you don't want it, it's not for you. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to think about it. You could hit fucking start and go play the goddamn game. Pardon my language. That was a couple more in there. I apologize. Put some dollars in the cookie jar or something. There's certain things that are shoved down your throat that you probably could be considered a woke thing. And there's things that are not. And these definitely, truly, 100% grade A are not woke. A difficulty slider is not woke. Okay? If Doom Guy came in riding in on a big pink fucking giraffe, telling you the world is flat and he's transitioning into a camel, maybe you could call that woke, but he's not. He's giving you the choice to speed up a fucking bullet or not. That's the operative word, or fucking not. You don't have to do these things. You don't have to do anything you don't like. If you don't like a movie because you think it's woke, don't go watch it. I mean, it's very simple. Life is not about you and your little feelings. If your butthole is puckered up in your denim jeans, you might have issues that are past woke. So fucking stop with the wokeness. This developer should not have to come out and explain such a simple concept about these sliders and how it works and why they did it. He shouldn't have to go to your house, hold your hand, and say, look, it's not you. It's for other people. And it's okay. You're still special. You're still my guy. It's not like that. He shouldn't have to do that. And it's just a load of, it's just tiresome. Everything has to be offending you anymore. And that's no matter what your political spectrum is, your social spectrum. Everybody just wants to say woke. Wake up. Not everything's woke. See what I did there? Little play? Yeah. So, and I apologize if I'm offending you, but guess what? It's not about you. It's just not. There's more than just you in the world. So grow the fuck up. Where's my last F word, by the way? I ran out. I got no more dollars for the jar. But seriously, play the game. If you want to play the difficulty sliders, play it. If you don't. If you don't want to adjust the difficulty high or low, make it harder or easier, don't. It's all you. They're called options. You have those. So stop. All right. I'm done tyrant-ing. All right, Nick, you go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Oh, by the way, Nick is so woke, we've determined. Nick is so woke now, he's insomniac.
Mm-hmm. Insomniac.
Insomniac.
You can see it in his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, all the political wokeness or whatever that's on there for video games is stupid. But um, it's fine if you don't like a certain function or feature in a game, and that again, that's for you and your prerogative as far as what you prefer and what you don't prefer. And if you think like difficulty sliders or some other variation in a game is going to cause, you got to look at the bigger picture. Is it going to cause the game to suffer because of this feature being there or not being there? You know, how is it going to influence the game itself? That's what I think about. I don't care if someone adds a feature or takes away something. I just want to make sure that the final product in the end, is something that I personally want to play. But I know that when developers make games or when people make games, they're not making a game for me, right? They're making it for everyone out there. So you have to contend with the majority of the player base out there, which is, again, not me. Or, that's the thing that kind of, I think it's just hard for people to get used to how things change and change in general, right? A lot of stuff has changed from when we were kids or from when we were growing up. And being older, you look back at or you see things now and you're like, man, that's all stupid or whatever. But if you think about like when you were kids and the things that were around when you were a kid, there was a lot of stupid crap then as well, right? It's just at the time it wasn't stupid to you because you were growing up in it. But your parents or your grandparents probably thought it was just as stupid as the crap that you think is stupid today, right? So it's all about that generational change and things like that. So movies, video games, entertainment, all sorts of aspects of life change as generations and as life and kids get older and have kids of their own and so on and so forth. Things change throughout the world, and how we were from before to now is going to be a lot different. So, none of these games are woke or whatever the hell you want to use. For those keyboard warriors out there who don't like, difficulty sliders in a game or something like that, that's understandable, right? If you don't like something like that, but that doesn't make a game whatever you say it is, right? You can't then slap a label on it and say, that's what it is now. And it's like, no, who are you? You're not the person, the end all be all, the person that says that this is what that is because I said so, right? You're not Stone Cold. Okay. That's a throwback there, just a little bit for our generation. And anyway, but I'm just saying, like, you're not the purveyor of what is woke or not woke or right or wrong or anything like that. Like Shane said, you're not the only person in the world. Everything is not about you. The universe doesn't center around you. You are, I'm sorry to say this, but besides your, family and friends, no one else gives a shit about you. Okay. Just putting it out there. And it's the same for me. Like, besides my family and friends, well, my family, maybe, I don't know about my friends, but my family, no one gives a shit about me, right? And they shouldn't have to, right? I mean, like, Bob down the street who doesn't know me, why does he need to care about my feelings or what I think, right? He doesn't even know who the hell I am. Same thing with me and Bob down the street. I don't know who the hell he is, and why do I care his perspective on something? So stop thinking out there that you are the only one. You're the Highlander. Again, throwback to our generation. There could be only one. There's not. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of opinions. It's fine to have an opinion on something, but don't go around and make your opinion, turn it into this big thing where you have to start sticking labels on things and pointing at things because you just don't like them, right? There's a lot of things I don't like, but I'm not going to go around and start slapping labels on it or something like that, right? I just, like these guys said, if I don't like it, I'm just not going to interact with it, right? I'm just not going to use it or interact with it or play it or watch it, whatever it is. I'm just not going to have any interaction with it. because that's just not my thing, right? I'm just not into that. So, but I'm not going to sit there and say it's bad or label it something because I don't like it. Someone else might like it, and good for them, but I just don't. And I keep my opinion to myself. I don't like it, so I'm not going to interact with it. But if you like it, more power to you. You know, that's pretty much it. So, Pat, your turn.
Right, and that's why we kind of do this too. We used to do a lot of video game reviews because we would, you know, when we wanted, like, you would know we wouldn't say the game is garbage for everybody. It's like, hey, this wasn't for me, right? It's not something I enjoyed, and the more people that we have talking about a game, you kind of usually drop in line with one of them. You're like, I like a lot of the same games as like Shane does or Nick does or I do, and you're like, okay, so I'll kind of, his opinion probably weighs a little bit more with me than the others or whatever, because I typically play and like the same type of games they do. Never as a game. And it, you know, our opinions are just our opinions, but you know, hopefully, you know, you resonate with one of us. That's why we did 3 different people. It used to be 4, whatever, but people have lost the ability to just go, I don't like that, and move on. Right. You would be like, oh, now it's like you walk by and it kind of, what it feels like to me is you're walking down the street and you see an advertisement for it and you just have to stop and shout, this game is fucking shit, because they added difficulty sliders into it so everybody can hear you, instead of just going, not for me. And what kills me is when they mention something as woke that is completely fucking optional. It's fucking optional. I don't get how. Now, you know, just like Shane said, if Doom Guy walked in and is now Doom Girl riding a pink freaking unicorn and that's not your thing, then move on. Don't play it, right? You can be like, not for me. I wish they would have kept Doom Guy, but move on and I won't play it, right? You know, you vote with your wallet. You can't force other people to vote with their wallet because they probably don't agree with you, right? You know, like me, I'm a graphics snob. I have a hard time with games that look dated, and that's my opinion. And it's not like me going, well, that game is garbage and trash because it looks like it's from 1982, whatever. You know, when I grew up, that's what games look like. And I'm like, cool, that's what they look like. But now they look like this, and I like this. You know, I liked that back in the day because that's all I had, right? But that's my opinion, and I'm not going to call something woke or garbage because it's not what I want to play. It's like, I don't know where all this came from, because I don't remember all this outrage and stuff with people calling games woke back when like Dragon Age Origins came out and you could have dude on dude sex in the game or girl on girl sex in the game. And you're just like, what happened to the wokeness of that? You know, I don't know. It's the people that forgot how to just go, not for me, and move on. Like, internet and social media has basically trained everybody to say, everybody needs to know my harshest opinion at all times. My people, there's my brutal honesty or truth. It's like, no, you're just being a dick. It's not brutal honesty when you're just trying to intentionally be a dick.
Well, it's like the new Snow White movie, right? Whether it's good or not, I mean, who knows?
But you make that decision for yourself, right?
Right. Yeah. But everyone got up and called it woke and everything because the main actress is not white enough. And it's like,
it's because she's Hispanic and she's not what their little world thinks it should be. Even
but again, who
it's
cares?
A fictional fucking character.
Go watch it or don't. That's your opinion. That's your choice.
Watch the movie, and if you like it, cool. If you don't, then don't. Like, seriously, who gives a shit? I don't care if the Little Mermaid's black in the new one, right? And she was white in the cartoon in the original. I don't give a shit. If the movie's good, then the movie's good, regardless. Yep. You know, the Little Mermaid could be in a wheelchair as long as it's a good movie.
Wait a minute,
people.
She was black.
Broken fin.
I think that everybody has to read.
Wasn't it Rihanna or something like that? I don't remember.
It was not. But I think everybody needs to read 2 books in their entire lifetime: Who Moved My Cheese and Out of the Maze, because it teaches you how to just adjust to change and move on, like not get butthurt and have to like scream at the top of your lungs and try to get everybody to agree with you on something that is just your opinion. But you can have your opinion, but don't try to force your opinion on others, and stop trying to come up with terms that, because what they're basically doing is whatever woke was originally, I have no clue anymore, but it has lost all meaning and is just a tirade for crybabies anymore that don't like something.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's all it has become, is like, I don't like this because of whatever. And now I'm going to say it's woke. Now you've just basically taken a word that had some meaning, if it did, and now has absolutely no meaning because everybody uses it as an interchangeable of I don't like it because it's crap, or I don't like it because of something, it's supposed to be like political correctness. And I'm like, so how is difficulty sliders political correctness? Besides, it's not even political correctness because it's just giving you an optional ability to let people into the game that may not have had because people often forget. I'm assuming that's what these crybabies that are crying woke forget about, is that there are people who are disabled or who are older or whatever that want to play this game that may not be able to play on the standard difficulty that came out of the game. And maybe they can't move fast enough, so they need to slow the bullets down a little bit more, but they keep everything else the same. The bullets still do as much damage, but they just don't have the twitch skills in their fingers they used to. Or maybe they don't have full use of their hands and they're playing with an accessibility controller or something.
No, or let's flip the whole script. Maybe they want more difficulty. Right. Maybe they want to take that challenge even higher.
Right.
I mean, you see all these people on Mario Maker. Great example, Mario Maker. You design a level, how easy or how difficult you want, and there are some nut freaking job.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some of that, and I'm like, how the hell is this guy doing this and jumping and kicking shells?
Exactly, but nobody yelled "fucking Luigi's woke" in that game because he could kill 3 turtles with his butt crack. It's just the option that they're giving you to make it hard as hell, easy as hell. It's all on how you utilize it. I mean, you can utilize your car to go to fucking work, go to the grocery store, go to the neighbor's house. You can utilize it however you want. It's an option, just like so many other things in your goddamn life.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that basically they are devaluating the word woke because they're calling something woke that is not woke. And all it is a rallying cry a lot of times for the brainless.
Yes.
And when I mean brainless, it's just somebody hears the word and they just rally to it without actually looking to what these people are trying to say, because I don't understand how woke applies in this situation. It's not like they're trying to shove down your throat Doom guy having sex with Doom guy number 2, or Doom guy screwing all the, having sex with all the dead demons or whatever. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I guess when we were kids and younger and our parents' age, even everything was the devil. So now everything is woke. So instead of the devil, which nobody cares about anymore, they're all like, everything's woke. And when we're dead and gone in the grave, who knows what the next word's going to be? That thing's the new kids are just going to call it that's skibbity. The new kids have the Ohio and skibbity. That's Ohio, whatever. I'm like,
I haven't heard the Ohio yet. So
I have not heard that.
Thanks for putting that one in my head.
But that's what I'm saying, is that everything has to have some type of name, and it's a rallying cry for those who don't think for themselves. A lot of times is what I think, because like I don't see how this is any bit of a woke agenda game. By making it more accessible to people, that's making it woke. Nothing changed in the game for you that you have to participate in, right? I think you should be more mad that the feature, the brutal kills is gone. That's what I'd be more bad about. And I wouldn't call it woke. I'd be like, where's my brutalities at,
Yeah. It's one of those things. And, it happens with lots of things. The word woke started off, and I'm just giving a vague remembering.
Are you trying to give me the history of woke?
Is, saying that, people, racism is bad. You should wake up and not be racist. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. But then asshole number 1 comes along and takes it and says, well, this is woke. Now this is woke. Now this is woke. And then you have on the opposite end of the spectrum, well, they're making everything woke and everything's being ruined. And now everything's woke that they dislike. Everything's woke that they dislike. They destroy the actual purpose of the word. The representation of the word is just gone now. And now all you have is a bunch of whiny crackheads, just freaking jerking on their keyboard, waiting for everybody to respond to their anger. Yep. And I'm angry right now, and I shouldn't be. I should not allow such sad, pathetic, lonely little shit stains to make me this angry because they don't like a slider on a video game. I mean, for the love of God.
Right. That's what
try
gets
not
me.
to be offensive, but
It's not even the sliders that gets me. It's the completely optional usage of something that's getting to me. It's like it's optional. So, it's okay. So if you don't like the sliders so bad, don't use them. But if your ass is so sore because of this, then don't buy the game and just move on. You must move on.
Vote with your wallet.
The whole world doesn't need to know that you mistermed a
Yes.
game. You mistermed this as woke, because that's all. This is a misterming of the word. Misuse of the word woke.
Okay, you remember I do the images for the group, and I misspelled the word there.
The Nazi.
You remember
the
how
grammar
many
specialist was after you.
window licking grammar Nazis pulled up on that freaking
They got to tell you you're wrong.
our
Every
chat.
time you mess something up, they got to tell you you're wrong.
And it's absolutely asinine that people have to feel that way about the misspelling of a word. You know, I work a full-time job. I'm a family man, and we do this because we're passionate about it. I misspell a word and it's offending to you, fuck off. I mean, if your life's that sad and lonely, that's on you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to get out there.
I don't understand the tearing everybody down thing, but you know, my whole opinion on is like a almost a live and let live type scenario.
Yes.
You know, but at the same time, I don't feel like that somebody screwed up in spelling something that I need to just point it out, because they probably already know. But you know, a lot of times you can't really do anything about it. Like in YouTube, it's like, what do I do? I screwed up the image. What do I do now? Or I screwed up in the video and tagged something else. You can't fix the inline video, right? You have to remove it and upload a new video, which means that you lose all the statistics and everything for the video. So it's a lot of times to me, it's just like, okay, well, I can't do anything about it. It's just going to live there in infamy for history, and whatever, it is what it is. I don't know, you know, and I don't know what it is that 50 people have to call it out back to back, right? It's like, okay, you saw the first person commented it. You can just like it, laugh, move on, whatever. Because you know what we do when we see that? We laugh and go, huh, well, fuck that up. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't think the world didn't end because we made a mistake.
No, I mean, nobody forces you to play the slider. Nobody, you don't like
nobody forced you to buy the game.
You don't like homosexuality. Don't be one. There, don't attack people for their thoughts and opinions on certain things. I don't care if you don't want to play the sliders. I don't care if you want to be with another man. I don't care if you want to fucking drive a certain car, and I don't care if you want to shove a horse up your ass. It's your business. I don't care.
Well, some things we have laws against, so.
Well, I mean, as long as the horse goes first, I'm pretty sure that's going to end the whole thing. But I don't know. Nick, you've been quiet over there. You fucking awake?
It was Halle Berry.
What?
In Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid was not Halle Berry.
No. It's Halle Berry, but it's not the Halle Berry you're thinking of.
Yeah. I was like,
it's not the 50-year-old. It's like a 20-year-old. She's cute as can be too.
I was like, yeah, it's not the Halle Berry. It's Halle Bailey, not Berry.
Oh,
Bailey.
Close enough.
I'm like, Halle Berry was not the Little Mermaid.
I was like, man, because I was thinking, man, she looked good for being as old as she is.
You know, we better go soon because Nick's starting to get a little racist.
Well, no, I was just trying to say, because I said it was Rihanna earlier. I was trying to correct myself.
In Nick's defense, he's so woke. He doesn't
even watch movies.
He's an insomniac who doesn't even watch movies.
I'd be surprised if Nick knew how Halle Berry really was.
I know Halle Berry.
I was surprised he was that excited, to be honest. But Halle Berry.
Well, it looks like it, but yeah.
Halle Berry was the Catwoman.
She was also in Swordfish and all this. Well, she was a fish woman in Swordfish, right? She was in Swordfish, but not a fish woman.
Yeah.
Monsters Ball, you know, all that stuff.
God love me, Halle Berry. Yeah. When she was in the Last Boy Scout, oh my God, she was.
Now we've left video games and moved on to
yes, Halle Berry.
Anyway, yeah, don't be woke. All right.
Yeah. Don't be woke.
So you've heard our opinions on this.
Don't be woke. You'll be a dope.
Yeah. So let us know what your thoughts are on this, because I'm actually having a hard time finding correlation between woke and and Doom Dark Ages. So if
No,
somebody
I
can
found,
enlighten,
I found some correlation. Hold on.
So I mean, I don't understand how that is, and like I said, I think the term is losing all of its past definition and power because people have just
Yeah.
started throwing it as a label to anything they don't like anymore. So,
Mhm.
you know, let's know what you think. Do you think Doom Dark Ages is woke, and why? You know, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, but when you're bashing something and just bashing it and just shouting to the world, it is no longer your opinion. You're trying to force others to believe and think the same way you do. You know, people are allowed to think differently without being woke or whatever you want to call them
Yep.
because they don't think exactly the same way. We have lost that ability in this country, it seems like, to just be civil with each other and have a disagreement and just move on from it. We have that in this group all the time. We have a disagreement on all kinds of shit. It might get into a heated argument, but it never goes, well, fuck you, I'm done, as friends or anything like that. You know, it's whatever. So
Yep.
but-
I just roll out of bed and leave.
the sandwich no longer has the cream filling because Shane rolled out of bed. So, you know, whatever it is, just let us know what your thoughts are because, you know, sometimes it's just a weird world we live in where everything is woke anymore, even when it doesn't make sense. So let us know what you think down in the comments. And as always, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you have not subscribed yet and you've reached the end of this video, you watched the whole damn thing. Why not subscribe? Help us out. And we hope you enjoyed this episode and hope to catch you next one.
See ya.
Halle Bailey.